What's up, friend? Hector here from strongestech.com with this week's Technique of the Week. Today, I'm going to be talking about what is the difference between a general warm-up and a specific warm-up. I'm not sure if you've heard this term. You may or may have not. And if you haven't, then this is going to be a great video for you. All right. General warm-up and specific warm-up. What the heck does that mean? Which is one better than the other? Which one should you use? That kind of thing. All right. So, general warm-up is pretty much what the words say. It's very general. So let's say, for instance, we just launched our program, Kettlebell 𝗵𝗫𝗁, which is a double jerk program. That program is based on, the first phase is double jerk and front squat, and the last two phases, one is clean and jerk trained separately, and the last one is long cycle clean and jerk. So let's say I'm going to get ready to go into my double jerk session. And I wanted to warm up, but I'm going to do a general warm-up. Typically, a general warm-up are a couple of exercises that you do that have nothing to do with the actual training session that you're going to go into. So for instance, let's say I'm going to be doing double jerks and I'm going to do a general warm-up. Maybe I'm going to do a little bit of mobility work, maybe a get up on each side, maybe a couple of sets of like two-handed swings. Just get my hips going, get a good sweat. Maybe it's some light jump rope. Maybe it is a really light jog or something like that. But it can be something as simple as a get up on, I know some of our students or some people that follow the blog, they'll do a get up on each side, arm bar on each side, and then maybe a few sets of strict presses or something like that. And then they're ready to go. That's a general warm-up. Has nothing to do with the actual exercises that you're going to do. Just something to get your heart rate up and break a good sweat. Then we have a specific warm-up. And a specific warm-up literally means what it says again. It's very specific to the actual workout or the session that you're going to be going into. Okay? So, again, if we're going to be doing double jerks and front squats, you're going to do those specific exercises to warm up. So you'll probably do a light set of jerks and a light set of front squats, okay? Or goblet squats. So what is light? Light is very subjective, okay? So let's say, for instance, let's say you're going to run Ronin, which is the program that's inside of Kettlebell 𝗵𝗫𝗁. Let's say you're going to run Ronin with a pair of 32 kilo bells, okay? You would probably want to do a specific warm-up with some light jerks with, let's say, like a pair of 20s or a pair of 24s. And you're just kind of grooving it, and I would keep the volume to the same rep scheme that you have coming up in the session. So if you're going to be doing sets of three jerks and 3 front squats, I recommend 3 jerks and 3 front squats with like a pair of 20s or a pair of 24s. Don't go crazy, be doing 5 sets of 5 or anything like that. You're just going to completely tax your system, okay? There are very few people that feel like, man, unless I get to that where I'm near kind of tired, I don't feel like I'm as effective. That's a very rare case of people. But for the most part, man, like 2 sets. So here's how I did it when I ran the program. I did 32s for the program. So I did a set of whatever the rep scheme was. I did a set of light jerks and front squats with a pair of 24s. Rested a couple minutes. Then I did another set with a pair of 28s. Rested a couple minutes. And then I was ready to go. I was actually breaking a good sweat. I was ready. It opened up my thoracic. It was very specific to what it is that I was going to be doing. That is a specific warm-up, okay? One is not better over the other. In my experience, I find a specific warm-up to be a little more, again, this is all subjective, but again, my experience, I find a specific warm-up to be a little more efficient and a little bit faster. So if you do a general warm-up, you may do a get up on each side, then you may do a few sets of swings, and then you may do an arm bar. That takes a lot of time. And for me, I don't have a lot of time, okay? I like my workouts to be really efficient, really quick, straight to the point, but get the job done. So I'll do, literally, like I said, a set of jerks at 24s, set of jerks at 28s, I'm ready to go. It's very specific to what I'm going to be doing. Opens up my upper body, gets my shoulders going, gets my legs going, and I got a good sweat, good pump, my body's warmed up, and I'm ready to go into that session. So that's my opinion. You may be a little bit different. You may like a little bit more of a general approach. but you may like more of a specific approach if you are stressed on time. So with that said, I'm going to show you a specific warm-up that you can do when you're going to be doing double jerks. This is a drill that I cover inside the Kettlebell Berserk course. So if you're interested in more details on that and you want to jump in on that and start jerking some freaking kettlebells overhead because you're short on time, because it's the best freaking exercise in the world, I call it the black belt of kettlebell lifts, then you can check that out in the description below. All right, so I'm going to get right into it. This is going to look kind of funny, but it's great. It works on mobility, upper body mobility, thoracic mobility. It's a little bit of thoracic extension, okay? It's going to work on shoulder stability, and it just feels good, okay? But it looks kind of weird. I actually, I don't even know if there was an official term for this. I learned this through the Strong First system, and I don't even know if it had an actual name. I called it the orangutan when I first saw it because it kind of looks, you look like an orangutan. But so I basically call it the jerk, drop, walk. So that's the drill, the jerk, drop, walk, okay? Because when you jerk a bell or a barbell, right, you got your first dip. That's the first phase of the exercise. You got the dip, and then you got the drive when you go into triple extension, and then you drop and you catch the bells in the lockout, okay? So that drop is where we're gonna get comfortable in and get good at catching those bells, okay? Again, it's gonna open up the thoracic, it's gonna really work shoulder stability, that kind of thing. So, when I have a pair of bells overhead, just do this with one bell. Then as you feel more comfortable, a little more confident, you can use two, all right? And then you'll see how it looks like an orangutan, all right? So last week I covered the little mantra, the strong as heck mantra of setting up. That is the 10 and 2 grip, my favorite grip. 10 and 2, thumb side grip, let it rip. All right, so that's a little mantra, a little something I say as I'm setting up to do my cleans to get into the jerk position because it helps me get into the false grip. So I'm going to say that as I get set up. So we're going to get right into it, okay? The jerk, drop, walk. 10 and 2, thumb side grip, let it rip. Okay, I'm in the rack. I'm going to jerk the bells overhead and catch them. Okay, and I'm going to hold this position. And literally, I'm going to walk a few steps forward, a few steps back, a few steps sideways, go to the other side. And you'll do this. I like to make the cross, lock out, rack the bells. I'll make like a cross, so I'll go a few steps forward, a few steps back, come back to the center, a few steps to the right, center, a few steps to the left. My heart rate's already up. I'll park them, I'll move around a little bit, shake out my arms and legs, and I'll do that like 2 or 3 times, okay? That's very specific to the movements that you're going to be doing when it comes to the double jerk. So, works a specific mobility that you need, thoracic, okay? It's working on your ankle mobility because you're setting in this dorsiflex position, okay? So you have to have pretty decent ankle mobility to execute the jerk. Because if you don't have fairly decent ankle mobility, when it comes down to dipping to initiate that drive, if your ankles are locked up and you come down, let's say this is my end range, and I dip, my heels are going to come up off the ground, and now my weight's forward and I can lose my balance, okay? Or as I hit that drive and then I come under to catch, I'm not going to be able to set into this quarter of a squat because of that limited ankle mobility, and I'm not going to have a good catch, okay? So That little jerk drop walk is working thoracic extension, it's working ankle mobility, strengthening your legs, and it's also working on shoulder mobility. Great, great drill, okay? If you didn't see the orangutan, I'll address it. So basically, you're in this position and you're walking around kind of like this. And just in my head, the first time I pictured it, I pictured like this orangutan thing. So I called it the orangutan in my head. But I figured no one's going to know what the hell that means. So Hector, you got to give this like an official name. Learned this from the Strong First system. So I'm not sure what they called it, but I call it the jerk drop walk drill. And that's the specific warm-up, okay? So if you have any questions, have any comments, leave something in the comment section below. If you like the videos, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and you can check out some other videos here in the Technique of the Week or Workout of the Week series. If you want some more information about how you can get your hands on the Kettlebell Berserk course, or just the training plans, there'll be links below where you can grab your copies, jump in on it, and I've got more details in there for you. So that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching. Give this a try. Let me know how it goes. Hector with strongestech.com with this week's Technique of the Week.